Okay.
They don't want to see your raisins.
All right. Welcome to tonight's call. We're excited about today, although I think that the weatherman kind of predicted this to be quite a storm that I guess did not really come to fruition. I actually drove from Dallas today and it was really not bad. It wasn't bad at all, actually. So we are glad with the...
I thought it rained.
Yes. We are excited about the plan B that we have on Zoom call tonight. So thank you for everybody for joining us tonight. And that being said, we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm going to... Yes?
Can you mute everyone, please?
Yes.
Because of the recording?
Yes.
And just let them know, and you can, is it already started? That's fine.
Uh-huh.
Because of the recording, we're going to mute all the background noise, but if you guys want to talk, you have questions, or if the kids want to talk, please just unmute yourself. We're not trying to stop you from talking. We just want to keep all the background noise to a minimum so that people can hear better.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Allie tonight. And for everybody who might not know me, I'm AJ Majors. I live here in Lawrence, Kansas, with my son, Mason, and my husband, Andy. We're part of the women's basketball program here at the University of Kansas. And that being said, I can go ahead and introduce Allie. Allie Schneider is the wife of the head women's basketball coach here at the University of Kansas. They have two very active boys, Cash, who is 7, and Cole, who is 5. They're like family to us. It's like my other kids. Allie's background has always been in the fitness sort of realm. She herself did undergrad and graduate studies in fitness and performance. She went on to Emporia Fitness, where she was the manager and group instructor, trainer. She's done all sorts of group activities like that. And Allie decided to partner with the Juice Plus company 8 years ago, and has been really very passionate about sharing nutrition and really very passionate about kids and nutrition. And so that is why we're here tonight, and why we will never cancel an event, especially when it comes to kids and their wellness. So without that being said, I'll go ahead and let Allie go ahead and take it away.
All right, thank you. Yes, obviously we have had some changes in our plans today, and so excited for technology to be able to still do this. And I love seeing all these kids. I hate to even share my screen with you guys because I'm not going to be able to see everybody at one time, but I am going to share my screen with you so you can see this presentation, and I will be talking to the kids and to the adults. So I love all the funny faces you guys are making and all the high fives you're trying to give each other. So I'm going to share my screen. You won't be able to see as many people, but you'll still be able to see what we're talking about here. So let me go here. All right, can you guys see this? Okay. So we are, like AJ said, I'm a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company, but we are so excited about this healthy living revolution. And my true passion is really helping kids be healthy and understand that you guys can absolutely control your health. It doesn't matter how unhealthy maybe some of your family members have been before you, because we can actually change our DNA, and we can do that by the decisions that we make. So tonight, I'm just going to share with you some decisions, some easy decisions for you that will help you be healthy. Do some of you like to play sports or be active? Yeah, I see lots of hands. Okay, so I'm going to talk tonight about athletes, but if you're a parent on or a grandparent or whatever, if you don't consider yourself an athlete, for the sake of this, we are going to consider you an athlete, because everyone is an athlete in the game of life. So whether maybe you're in preschool, maybe you're a very competitive athlete, maybe you are a maturing athlete, maybe you just want to keep up with your kids and be able to feel good. So if I say athlete tonight, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the kids, the adults, to everyone, because we're all built the same way on the inside. It's just a matter of the decisions we make, as far as if we actually are able to be the best that we can be at whatever we're trying to do. Now I'm going to start with this slide, and the kids may or may not be able to read it. I know some of you are pretty young, but this is really important to me. It's really sad. It really kind of frustrates me. This is the first generation of children to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents. And I share this not to scare the kids or, you know, maybe to scare the parents, I don't know, but to let you know that this is a huge, huge, huge problem. And, you know, kids, if you're kids and you're watching, and you need to know that that you can make a change and you can be the healthy ones, and you can help your friends get healthy. Because just because the statistics say that we are so unhealthy doesn't mean that you can't make changes. And as parents, if you're a parent watching this, you need to understand what your kids are up against. 1 in 3 children is obese. 1 in 3 children today will develop diabetes. More than 25% of our children take prescription drugs on a regular basis. And those numbers are getting higher and higher. And it is all because of our lifestyle choices. And so that is what we're all about with this healthy living revolution, is just trying to help people, and tonight especially kids, understand how to take your own health back. If you're young, hopefully you haven't lost it yet. If you're older, then maybe you're able to take yours back. These are my kids. AJ said I have 2 kids. Cole is on the left. He is 5. He's a vegetable monster. And Cash is on the right. He is 7. And he's our little muscle man. They are one of the reasons that I am so passionate about helping kids be healthy, because I have seen what it has done for these guys. You know, they have been forced since birth, basically, to eat fruits and vegetables. But I am so excited to watch them grow and how healthy they've become, and you know, the way they develop. So our family has really just gone on this mission of helping families get healthy. And AJ told you a little bit, you know, about us, and I'll share a little bit of more of my story later. But really today it's all about the kids, which is why I wanted to show these guys, to show you that I do have 2 young, active, very active boys. That picture on the left of Cole there, I'll tell you, that is him standing in front of our tower garden where, and he's eating our tomatoes right off the tower. If you like to grow your own food, you should look at the tower gardens, because there's so much fun. My kids love to plant and grow and eat their own food. It's so much more fun when you grow it yourself, right? Does anybody have a garden? Mason has a garden, and I watch him just eat the kale right off of it.
2.
Oh, you have 2 of them, yes. Okay, some of you do have gardens, and that's awesome. So we love to garden, because growing your own food, that's the healthy food. If you can grow it in the ground or in a tower, that's the healthy stuff. That's what you need to be eating. Now, I have questions for you guys, and you're all on mute, so you can maybe, if you're a kid and you're watching, whoops, I already gave you the first answer. If you're a kid and you're watching, maybe you can give some things to your parents. So what are 4 things that will help you be your best? So what we're going to really talk about tonight is how you can be your best. And I want you to think about whatever it is you like to do. You know, I know that some of you like to play basketball. I know some of you like to play hockey. Some of you like to dance. Some of you might like to swim. Some of you like to read books. Whatever it is that you like to do, I want you to think about it. And I want you to tell your mom or dad what are 4 things that will help you be your best at doing that. 4 things. Or maybe even just 1. What's something that could help you be a better basketball player, or a better hockey player, or a better swimmer? And while you're telling your mom that, I'm going to let my dog out of the door because he's driving me crazy. Go there. Okay. Go back. So, did you come up with some? And here's the first one that most people are going to say, well, practice more. If you're talking about a sport, right? Or even if it's reading or math or whatever it is you love, the more you practice, the better you're going to be. So we're saying exercise or training is 1. Now these next 3, so that's the most important, that's not the most important one, but that's the one that everybody knows. That's the one that people think, oh, I just have to spend all my time in the gym. I have to spend all my time at practice or whatever it is to be your best. And that is important. But these next 3 things I'm going to tell you are very, very simple things that you can do every single day that will make you better at whatever it is you want to be, because it's going to help your body. So sleep, hydration, which is drinking water, and eating whole foods. So we're going to talk about why those things are so important and how those things can actually make you a better basketball player or a better reader or help your brain, whatever it is. Those 3 things, and you can do those every day. So here's something for you, more for your parents, because they might remember when healthy living was simpler. Kids didn't have sleeping problems. Some of you might have a hard time sleeping. They didn't used to, because you know what? They played all day. They drank lots of water, and they got tired, and they went to bed at night. Does any of this stuff look familiar to you guys? These are choices that we're going to try to stay away from. And so as a kid, I'm going to teach you some choices that you can choose that are not these things, that will help you be the best person that God actually made you to be. So, eating healthier food. So these are the bad choices that you're seeing here. And I'm not saying it's all bad. If you like to play video games, that's great. But it's still important to exercise too. So to not do that just all the time, to get out and do some exercise. We like to drink water instead of Coke, because water is what our body needs, and I'll talk more about that. And we have to get sleep. So the parents, I also just real quickly want you to think about yourself for 1 second, because we don't think about ourselves ever. So right now, think about yourself, and how are you taking care of you? Are you eating real food? Are you exercising? Are you drinking water? Are you sleeping at night? Those things you can do just like your kids can do. We're gonna talk to the kids about doing it, but you are the example. They see you doing it, they're much more likely to do it. So I know it's hard to think about yourself sometimes, but just for a minute, focus on you and think about where you're at with your health and what kind of example that we are to our kids. So because here's why: exercise. The first one we talked about is exercise. That's so easy for kids, right? You guys, do you like to ride bikes? You like to play tennis? Do you like to play? Just play, right? Play tag, do cartwheels. What do you like to do? Kids just like to move, and it's fun, right? That's what they do by nature. If kids are not sitting in front of a screen or asleep, then they're playing, they're moving, they're being active. I've got a question for the kids now. When was the last time, or do you raise your hand, and I can't see all of you, but I can see some of you. Raise your hand if your mom and dad get together with their friends and play tag. You ever see them do that? AJ does? Christy does. I see. Oh, that's a thumbs down. Oh, good. Beth does. I see Ellie shaking her head. Well, invite me to that next party, guys. For adults, for your mom and dad, we actually usually have to plan it. We have to say, I'm going to move from 6 to 7 in the morning. That's when I'm going to move. Or I'm going to exercise from 5 to 6 at night. Whenever it is. Can you guys believe that, kids? That if we don't put it on our calendar, then we probably don't exercise at all. For you guys, it's just natural. So it's important to encourage your parents to move too, and to let them. If they want to exercise, then join them. Encourage them to join you, because it's so important. It's not as easy for us as it is for you guys, because we don't get to just spend all day wrestling with our friends or running around playing tag. So it's hard for us. So encourage your parents. Okay. Now this slide, so that was the first one. I wasn't going to spend as much time on that, because we all know that you have to exercise, or you have to train at whatever it is you're trying to be better at, right? Now these next 3 are the ones that I think are so important, because people just overlook them. Sleep. And some of these words, now this slide might be more for your parents, but if you listen to my words, then the next slide is for you, and you're going to get the answer right. Okay, that's sleep. What happens? Some of you, your parents might already tell you this, but this is what happens when we sleep. The energy consumption is lowered. So that means if we're sleeping, we're not moving, right? When we're awake, as kids, when you're awake, you're moving constantly. When you sleep, you're not consuming energy. Your body is no longer consuming energy. And that is when our body takes the food, this awesome high-quality food, which we're going to talk about in a minute, that we eat during the day to build muscle. Okay, so we have to eat healthy food during the day, and at night when we go to sleep, when our body's not moving, that's when we build muscle. Do you know you don't build muscles while you're lifting weights? Or while you're doing push-ups? You're not building muscles while you're doing those things. Your muscles are built while you're sleeping. Because when you're doing push-ups, or jumping jacks or lifting weights, whatever it is you're doing, when you're doing those things, you're actually breaking down the muscles so that your body can build them back up stronger while you're sleeping. So understand that that's when your muscles are being built, okay? Also, when we sleep, there's a growth hormone that's released, which improves your muscles' ability to recover and regenerate. So being rebuilt, which is what I just said. Like when you're active, when you're lifting weights, when you're doing push-ups and you're breaking down those muscles, you have to be able to regenerate it and help your muscles recover. Okay, also the brain recharges. I'm talking a lot about physical activity, but all of this information is just as important for being able to focus in school. You know, being able to put your attention to learning how to read or whatever it is that you're doing. Your brain has to recharge, and that happens also while you sleep, just like your muscles recharging. It all happens while you sleep. Okay, so what I'm saying by this whole slide is when we sleep, we actually recover. Okay, have any of you guys ever been sick? I'm so sorry if you have, but if you have, you probably have felt bad. You just wanted to sleep, right? That's what your body wants to do when you're sick, because that's how it recovers. So when you're healthy and you go to sleep, then it's even better because your body is really not just recovering, but it's repairing and replacing and rebuilding all those muscles that you broke down being so active during the day. And that's what's going to help you get the strongest that you were meant to be. We all have, you know, a different potential where God wants us to be, I think, but it's up to us to make the decisions to get there. And so we have to make those decisions. So this is for you guys. What happens when you sleep? I can't hear you. Most of you are on mute, but hopefully you can say, I get big muscles, right? When you sleep, that is when your muscles grow. So tonight, when your mom says, time for bed, what are you going to say? Yes, ma'am? Or no? Okay, we want your muscles to grow. So I hope you're going to say, oh yeah. I can see the thumbs up there. All right, Christy, tonight's going to be easy. So that's what happens when we sleep. Your muscles will grow, okay? I'm still trying to convince my kids of that one. Do you know how much sleep you need? It's different for everyone. You guys can take a guess. Your mom might tell you something. It may or may not be true for you. Everyone is different. Mason Majors requires a lot of sleep. Cash Schneider does not. It's different for every kid and for every person. Okay, but just in general, look at this chart here. Can you find your age on the left? Maybe a lot of you are probably between 5 and 12 years old. Okay, 5 to 12-year-olds, how many hours of sleep do you need? 10 to 11 hours of sleep for your body. You know what's happening. That's when you're building muscles. That's when you're recovering. So you need that much sleep for your body to recover and to be able to grow stronger like you're supposed to do. So it varies for everyone, and you might need more, and that's fine. But at least get this much amount. Okay, the second one we're going to talk about is hydration, drinking water. And here's why, guys. Did you know that your body, and this is for adults, actually kids are even more, your body's made up of 60% water. Think about that. Think about what's going through your body. You're 60% water. Okay, that's more than half of your body. If I were to ask you and you were not on mute, most of the first things people say, what is your body made up of? Muscles and bones, skin, organs. Okay, water is the first thing, and that's so important to understand. And you know, kids are even more. So if your body is made up of water, then somebody tell me, what do you think we should be drinking?
Water.
Water, maybe. But in reality, I'm going to ask you guys this question. Do you think any of these things our body needs? I already got the answer of water. Is there anything else up here that you guys think your body needs?
No. Capri Sun.
You think you need Capri Sun? Okay.
I'd rather go with water sometime.
If anybody else wants to guess, you can.
Gatorade. I'm really water.
Water. Okay.
I guess.
Water is correct. Now, If you like Capri Suns, or if you like Gatorade and you want to drink those things, then that is your choice, and you can certainly drink those things. But I just want to make sure you know that that is not, you're not drinking that for your health, or you're not drinking that because it's going to make you stronger or it's going to give you more energy or any of those things. Water is the only thing that actually is going to give you more energy. So, and I know there's lots of commercials on TV, lots of advertisements all over the place that, you know, Gatorade has lots of big money and they can pay a lot of people to say that. But at your age and with your activity level, water is actually the only thing your body needs to be able to get stronger, to build muscles, to create that energy that you need, and to be able to focus. All of these other things are, just understand that if you want to drink them, then it's just a treat that you're drinking them because you like them, and it's just a treat, and it's probably, but it's not going to help your energy, you know, especially with, I could get into a whole nother thing, food dyes and all that, but just know that water is what your body needs. And everything else is a treat if you want to drink it, okay? Here's why. This is so cool, guys. If you're old enough to read this, check this out. If you're not, then you can just ask your mom to tell you what it means. But this is why water is what we need, okay? A 2% drop in hydration. That's a very small drop. So if you're dehydrated, that means you haven't been drinking enough water. And I like to tell kids that that means your muscles are thirsty. So think about if your muscles are thirsty. If your muscles are thirsty, you cannot run as fast as you should be able to. You cannot jump as high. You cannot throw the ball as far, kick the ball as hard, or anything else if your muscles are thirsty. Because a very tiny drop in hydration can cause up to 20 to 40% decrease in your physical performance level. Now, that might be over some of your heads, but look at this chart and you can see muscles are made up of 76% water. That's a lot. Okay, so if we don't have, your muscles are not made up of Gatorade or Coke or Capri Suns or any of those things. Your muscles are made up of mostly water. So if you don't have enough water in your body, then your muscles are going to be thirsty and you're not going to be able to be the best you that you should be or you could be. Okay, so really important to understand why, what water does. Okay, now, the question is, how much water do you need to drink, right? Everybody has probably their own answer, but I'm going to give you a really, really easy way. And this might be funny to some of you. It's funny to my kids. An easy way to know. So because you are all different sizes, you're all different ages, you have all different activity levels, and the same as your parents. So you just need to focus on drinking enough water so that your urine remains clear. So my kids like to laugh at that. But when you go to the bathroom, what color is it? And I hope the colors are going to show up right on your computer. But if you can, you guys can see this chart. Hopefully it looks right. If you can see number 1, 2, or 3, and when you go to the bathroom and you look in the toilet and that's what you see, then you're hydrated and your muscles are not thirsty and you are probably running as fast as you should be. Now, if you go to the bathroom and it's 4 is getting dehydrated. If it's up there like 8, then you need to go to the doctor. But my 5-year-old, and we've been doing this since they were born. So, you know, when he was 3, he used to stand in the bathroom and yell, "Oh no, I'm dehydrated." Like he thought he couldn't walk. He thought he couldn't leave the bathroom if he was dehydrated. But this is the best way for you guys at any age level, at any fitness level, at any size to know whether or not you're hydrated, is just look at the color. Look at the color of your urine when you go to the bathroom, okay? And if you know that if you're dark, then you need to drink more water or your muscles are gonna be thirsty. All right, now quickly here, I want you to think about your body as a vehicle, your body as a car, okay? Which car would you rather be? If this is your body, which one would you rather feel like? The blue one? Give me a nod if you'd rather feel like the blue one. Okay, most of us would want to feel like that blue car, right? Now, I want you to think about your body as a car. And there's 2 things a car needs to go, to really move. What is that? Oh, I gave away the answer. Gas and oil, okay? That's what cars need, you know? And so we're gonna think about our body as, you guys might not have heard this. I'm going to talk more to your parents for just 1 minute here. For me as an athlete growing up, you know, I played basketball in college and then getting into personal training, and It's been proteins, carbs, and fats. That's what everybody wants to talk to you about when you talk about nutrition. And not until the last 5 years probably did I fully understand the power of fruits and vegetables and why we have to eat fruits and vegetables. And now, of course, now I'm 37 years old and I feel better, I'm healthier, and I have no inflammation in my body. And I wish I would have been taught this when I was in high school or college, because I spent a lot of years taking medicine. I spent a lot of years taking ibuprofen and having swelling all over, chronic inflammation, and I didn't need to. It's just because I didn't know this information. So that's why I'm so excited to teach it to kids at a young age. So we're going to think about our bodies as a car for a minute, and gas is the proteins, carbs, and fats. Okay, but the oil is the fruits and vegetables. And what happens to your car if you don't put oil in it or you don't change the oil? It will break down. Your body will break down. You will get sick and you'll get hurt if you don't have oil. Okay, so if you don't eat fruits and vegetables, and this is why, this is really cool. There's this big word called oxidative stress, and you don't have to know what that means, but what happens is I want you to look at this picture, and I'm going to show you another picture here in a minute. If you look at the top, you know, it's like what happens when you cut open an apple, it starts to turn brown, right? So then you look at the bottom, that's a cell. Okay, that's what a cell in your body looks like. And every cell in your body is hit by these things called free radicals, which you don't need to understand. Just think about it. It's the air that's hitting the apple 10,000 times a day. Every cell in your body is hit 10,000 times a day. And if you can see on the bottom here, this is what happens. And in the end, this is what happens when it gets oxidative stress. And this is when you get sick. This is when you get injured. This is where I spent a lot of my college basketball career, with chronic inflammation and injuries and illness, because I wasn't eating enough fruits and vegetables. Because look at this picture. Now, there is one thing that can stop this. There is one thing that can keep your cells all looking like this. And when you build new cells, they will start out looking like this. There's one thing that can do that. And that's antioxidants. And that's a big word, but basically that just means fruits and vegetables. Okay, oxidative stress is linked to poor health. The only thing that will combat that process is antioxidants found in fruits and vegetables. So look at this apple here. Do you see half of it is brown and half of it is not? Okay, do any of you ever or see your parents put squeeze a lemon on your apples so they don't turn brown? That works because the lemon has antioxidants in it. And so you can think of this apple as the cells in your body. And when that apple gets the lemon juice squeezed on it, which are the antioxidants, fruits and vegetables, it stays healthy. When it doesn't have antioxidants on it, then it turns brown, and that is what your cell will look like if you're sick or injured. That's what happens. So fruits and vegetables are actually the only thing that can fight this off and keep your cells looking like this. So important to eat them. Do you know how many you're supposed to get? It's a lot. Okay, we're supposed to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. And you know why we have to eat a lot? Because fruits and vegetables today are not the same things that, I know it sounds crazy, but it's not the same things that your grandparents ate or your great-grandparents. You know, today most of our fruits and vegetables are grown who knows where all over the world, and a lot of them spend like a month trying to get shipped to you across the country, across the world. They sit in different stores, and by the time you eat it, guys, there's not a lot of nutrients left sometimes, but we still have to eat them. That's why we have to eat so many, because we just have poor quality. So if you can grow your own, if you have somebody in your family who has a farm or grows their own, that is awesome, because the more you can eat that comes from your local town or somebody you know, then the better they're going to be and the more nutrients they're going to have. You know, have any of you do you like tomatoes? If you like tomatoes, if you have tasted a tomato out of a garden that you picked, that you grew, like we grow in our tower garden, because they taste so much better than the tomatoes that you buy at the grocery store, there's a big difference. And the only difference is nutrients. That's what you're tasting. In that difference, you're tasting the nutrients. So it's important that we get as many fruits and vegetables as we can. Okay, I want to show this slide. I want you guys to see it, and I also want your parents to see it. Like that word, phytonutrients, okay? Those are the antioxidants, the phytonutrients. That's what we get in fruits and vegetables. Now, this is, some of you may have taken a vitamin. Maybe you still do. Maybe at some point in your life you took a vitamin. And this picture on the left here is probably what you saw on the bottle of your vitamins. And that's fine. But I want to tell you the difference in real food. You see this apple here? You see this list? This isn't even all of them. Scientists think that there are actually over 10,000 nutrients found in one apple. One apple. 10,000 nutrients, okay? Now, the same could be said for an avocado, a cherry, an orange, all of those nutrients. Do you know why? Well, I do, because God created them. And they're supposed to be, and they are perfect, and they're the perfect food for your body. So eating real food, eating things that don't have a food label on it. So when you go to the grocery store, the things that you should be picking out, and if you want to help your parents pick out some awesome things, then you should pick out things that don't have a label on it. So you don't want these things. You want to eat as many things like this as you can, because you can't put a food label on an apple or an orange or a papaya or a pineapple or any of those things, because they have way too many nutrients, and you could never do that. Okay, so there's a big difference between a vitamin and real food. The real food is where you're going to get, it's called synergy, which means all of these, you see all of these nutrients working together to create the perfect food for your body, because it was created just for you and it was created perfectly. So there's a big, big difference in vitamins and whole food nutrition. And you can help your parents understand that too. So we're talking a lot about athletes. So here's what's crazy. If you are an athlete, if you participate in sports, or if you're training hard for something, then you actually need more fruits and vegetables than the average person. So I know we're calling everybody an athlete tonight, but if you work out hard, if you're training at a high level, you need like 16 to 18 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And that is just insane for anybody to try to get. But that is what you need, because this is why. Go back to this slide here. If you're an athlete, you have way more of this stuff going on in your body. These free radicals, okay, you have a lot of that. And it's good as to be an athlete. It's good to be active. It's good to work out. But it's also important that you have to understand what's happening inside your body. And that is this. You've got all this craziness going on inside your body if you're active. And so that's why you need more fruits and vegetables, because you've got to have more help to fight these guys off so that you can keep your cells looking like this nice, beautiful one here on the left. Okay? So we call it, in our house, we call it eating to win. And, you know, it's a decision that you make. If, you know, you can choose everything you put into your mouth is going to help you be better at whatever it is you want to be good at, or it's possibly going to make you worse. Okay, because it's either helping your body or it's hurting your body. So we like to eat to win as much as possible. And, you know, think about everything we're putting into our body. Is it helping us? Is it helping us get stronger? Is it helping us get faster? Is it helping us be able to focus on our work more? Whatever we need to do, is it helping you or is it hurting you? I want to say one thing about this slide before I turn the picture. Well, two, actually. This picture here in the middle, I just want to, and this was, you know, I mean, he's young, and I know some of you are a lot older than Cole is, but that was right after a soccer game. Now, here's what's awesome and crazy to me. Right after you play, so maybe you have a practice, or you just had a game, or you were just playing outside even, and you just got really hot and sweaty, that is when you need to eat real food. Those things that don't have food labels, that's when you need to eat those. Because you know what? You just got done creating all those extra free radicals in your body, and your body needs real food. Now, I can't understand why we go to soccer games and, you know, it's snack time is awesome. I know that's your favorite part, but it would be so cool too if it was awesome snack time and food that was helping you, right? You want your teammates to get better. So when it's your snack day after a game, then try to bring something healthy to share with your friends, because that is when you need it most. Because if you just got done with the game, and then you went over to the side and you got a bag of Oreos and something else, then all that's doing is creating more free radicals, more damage inside your body. It's not going to help your cells get healthy. It's not going to help you get stronger. So right after you're done playing, eat something real. Eat real food. And then, we like this picture on the right here. We like to eat out of snack trays. Oh, I think they're actually called muffin tins. We call them snack trays a lot because it's lots of colors, and you can help your mom and dad pick them out. See how many different colors you can eat in one day. There's lots of fun things you can do. And we're crazy. These are just some other ways we get more fruits and vegetables into us because it's hard sometimes, but we do salads in a jar a lot. This guy loves them. We obviously drink lots of smoothies. If you like, you should ask your mom and dad to fix you some smoothies. That is how we get so many fruits and vegetables every day. And we also make these awesome little cereals and lots of other kinds that actually have fruits and vegetables in them. So maybe you don't like fruits and vegetables very well. That's okay. Hopefully your taste buds will change, and you will. And you know what else? This one down here. So we travel a lot. But that is not an excuse. If we were unhealthy when we were on the road, then we'd probably get sick. So if you've ever been fishing, some of you might have tackle boxes. Now, we've never used these to fish with. They're clean. But we just put fruits and vegetables and like trail mixes and different kinds of, fun snacks. Look at all those colors. So that's an idea that you can try. But just challenge yourself to get as many fruits and vegetables as you can, and just understanding all these ways are just some of the ways that we do it. And there are so many more. So you don't have to just sit down at the table and eat broccoli every night. If you actually don't like it, it's okay. Hopefully your taste buds will change and you'll start liking it, but it's okay if you don't, because there's lots of ways to get fruits and vegetables into your body. Okay, so you just have to help your mom and dad get creative and find some things that you like. Now, here's something that we have found that makes it really easy for us in getting all those fruits and vegetables in. Because right here, do you see these 45 plants? And you guys, some of you can probably read them. You can look through some of them, and I'll read some of them to you. Cherries, beets, ginger root, carrots, kale, spinach. Do you guys like those things? Maybe. Sometimes you eat some of them. Has anybody ever eaten yucca? Did you even know that was a food? You thought that's just what you said when you ate it, huh? Yucca is actually a food. So is papaya and mushrooms. My 5-year-old's favorite food is mushrooms. But anyway, all of these plants, we eat all of these plants every single day. My family does. And I know some of the other families on here too. So if you eat all of these plants every day, that is so exciting, because now you know why that's so important. You know what that's doing to protect your cells, and you know that that's helping you build strong muscles. So eating all of these foods every day. Now, we don't actually have to eat them, because some of you are plugged like, artichoke, gross, you would choke on it, right? But we just get it in a little capsule. You see here, capsules are chewables, and then we have shake mix. So we get it all every day, and it helps us. And so here's what is unique about this, is that we're getting 45 whole foods, those foods that don't actually have a label on them, every day into our bodies. I started taking Juice Plus 8 years ago when I thought I was going to have a baby, so that I knew I had the most nutrients as possible going into my baby. And so the reason I started was because I knew it was just food and not a vitamin, and also the research. And the research will mean nothing to you guys, but it might to your parents. Really incredible research, over 35 published clinical studies. Here's just real quickly some of the places that it's been studied. And if you take Juice Plus, you already know what it is, then this is exciting. Think about where they study it at. They study it in London, in Austria, in Japan, in England, in Germany, all over the world. Juice Plus has been studied. In the United States at Yale Medical School, at MD Anderson Cancer Center, University of Texas Health Science Center, all of these places. So, and it's been published, the published research. These are some of the things it shows. So this is what I was talking about. I already told you reducing oxidative stress. That's those free radicals going crazy in your body. It reduces that. But it also does all these other things. So it's going to help improve your gums. You still need to brush your teeth and floss every day, but it will help your gums. It's going to help you stay healthy, your immune system. Some of you might be around a lot of sick kids at school, or you might get sick a couple times a year. And what's so exciting is that actually doesn't have to happen. You don't have to get sick a couple times a year. I know that some people think, actually it is normal. I'm going to say some people think it's normal. It's normal because it's what the average person does, but we don't have to be like that because we're not normal. We're trying to be healthy, right? So all of these things you can see, and if the parents want more research, more information about the research, we can certainly send that to you. But we're not going to bore the kids with that. We're going to show the kids what the Children's Health Study has shown, because you know what, guys? Kids can take it for free, which is so exciting for every adult. So you have an adult who wants to take Juice Plus, then you can take it for free. And these are some of the things that the Children's Health Study has shown that it's helping kids with. 56% of them take fewer medications. So do some of you take some medicine sometimes? You might, and hopefully we could get rid of some of that. You know, eating more fruits and vegetables. Maybe right now you don't think you want to, but it'll be a good thing when you start craving them. Drinking more water, being more aware of your health. These are just some things that the Children's Health Study has shown. So I'm really excited for all the kids. So now I'm going to go back to this. The first question that I asked, and before I pull up the answers, you can tell your mom, or you can unmute yourself, and you can tell me if you can remember what are the 4 things that we're talking about tonight that you can do that help you be your best. Can anybody remember? You can unmute yourself if you want. I see some people are raising their hands, but you don't have to. If you just tell your parents, I'll tell you, obviously, exercise and training, okay? Sleeping, drinking water, and eating whole foods. Those 4 things. Now this girl, this picture here, some of you might not even know who she is. Her name is Shannon Miller. She's most decorated female gymnast in U.S. history. She has a great Juice Plus story because it's what she took when she was training for the Olympics, and it's what she gives to her kids. So she likes to talk about helping kids get healthy, and you know how to get more fruits and vegetables into their bodies. So that is what I have for you tonight. I'm going to stop share so I can see all your faces. That is the PowerPoint that I have. But so thank you to all the kids and to the adults, but thank you to the kids. I just really want you to understand that you have control over your own health, that you guys get to make decisions that are going to help you be the best at whatever it is that you like to do. You want to be the best at it, right? So what you put into your body is going to help you be the best that you can be. And that's the most important thing to understand. So go drink some water, eat some fruits and vegetables, and when your mom says time for bed, you need to go to bed. 4 things to help. I'm trying to read. Oh, maybe Anne's got the answer. Nice. So thank you guys. I'm going to let AJ, do you want to wrap it up here? And if anybody has questions, and we can even stop the recording and just hang on and talk or answer questions or whatever as well. So go ahead, AJ.
Awesome. Thank you, Allie, so much. And I see people having apples and drinking shakes and having dinner while we're talking. That's fantastic. Yeah, I see you, Aria. Thank you again, Allie, for taking the time. And thank you all for being on tonight. You know, if anything that Allie said really spoke to you, you know, just about learning more about, you know, eating more fruits and vegetables. That's really what we wanted to do, is just, if you know more, you do better, you know, as far as that goes. So if just educating you a little bit tonight was what you got out of it, then that's fantastic. If maybe starting Juice Plus for your family, and getting your kids on the Children's Health Study makes sense, please reach out to the person who invited you. And if you feel, you know, compelled to share this with other people, then maybe joining our mission makes sense to you as well. And we always want more people in the trenches sharing health education, because it's up to us. And, you know, having a shorter life expectancy, like Allie said, is really not okay with any of us. We definitely have the responsibility as adults. So, yeah, we were eating our gummies while we were doing our presentation. They're gone. That's shocking in my house. So I'm going to go ahead and end the recording now. And if you guys have any questions, we can definitely answer anything for you. But thank you all for joining us.